I just got a text that the house next to Alan Phyllis's house is gone too.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah, my daughter is watching the TV, and she's telling us whose homes have been lost. And it's another neighbor, of course, that we know because it's a very close-knit neighborhood. So the lesson is nothing matters. Things can be replaced. It's your people, your friends, your family, your pets, your neighbors. That's what's important. And I know we'll all be there for each other no matter the outcome.
That was a phone interview with evacuees of the mountain fire burning in Ventura County. They spoke to anchors at our sister station in Los Angeles in just the past hour. As we've mentioned, the fire broke out just before 9 o'clock this morning and has since exploded to more than 10,000 acres. Schools are canceled and roads are closed, and we've seen dozens of homes engulfed in flames. So sad to see that. And joining us now is Chief of the Menlo Park Fire Protection District, Mark Lorenzen. And you are also the fire chief of the Ventura County Fire Department. Thank you so much for making time for us today.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Chief, I'm sure after many years of working in Ventura County, you know these neighborhoods, you know these areas that are impacted. We've already seen damage to dozens of homes. Can you share more about this area and the impact of this fire?
Sure. I was just watching the video footage that you had, and it's absolutely tragic. I spent 31 years in Ventura County, the last 10 of my years there as the fire chief, and have been through fires like this before. The Thomas fire in 2017, that was 280,000 acres. So what ends up happening is Ventura County down there gets seasonal winds called Santa Anas, and when they blow, the humidities drop and the fires are almost impossible to stop. That one area where the fire is burning is actually just across the 101 from the Ventura County Fire Department's old administrative offices there, where I worked for a good amount of my career. So it is just devastating and tragic.
Talking about the wind and how it's impacting the work of the firefighters, it spreads the flames so quickly. And can you explain how the wind gusts inhibit the efforts to stop forward progress? You know, we know you're not able to fly fixed wing aircraft, correct? Is that correct? And then what else?
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, the winds there, they blow from the northeast to the southwest down a valley there. And when we get wind-driven fires that start, they are almost impossible to stop. And it's, what we generally do is go into initially structure protection mode. We stop trying to contain the fire. We realize we're not going to be able to. And my understanding in listening to the press conference and the conversations that were going on, not only did they have to go into structure protection mode, they had to start evacuating members of the community in fire engines, in police cars. That didn't used to happen, but in the last 10 years, these fires have just become more and more aggressive in the way they burn. But that's generally what you have to do. You wait for the winds to stop to try and gain control of the fire. And in the absence of the wind stopping, you try and protect lives and property as much as you can. And the air tankers were grounded today. It sounded like they still had helicopters that were able to fly. But even then, when the wind's blowing, it's such a challenge to make a difference in stopping the fire.
Yeah, and we know there are evacuations and road closures. What can people in the path of the mountain fire expect now?
It sounds like the winds are going to be continuing until tomorrow evening around sunset. So it's going to be more of the same tomorrow. It depends on whether there's any fuel left. And the fire was basically burning towards agricultural fields, but now I think it's also burning to the north into some open areas of Chaparral. So I would expect the fire to continue to burn pretty aggressively until tomorrow evening. And my words of wisdom to the community members are stay tuned to the media when evacuations warnings occur. Be ready to go, have your personal belongings already in your car. And as soon as you get a warning, head out before it's too late.
Yeah, and we heard from some of the evacuees saying how quickly they had to get out, grab their things. They barely had any time. and they just had to get out of there as quickly as possible. So can you just tell us what some of the work is going to be for firefighters from now and through the evening? I mean, will they work through the night?
Oh yeah, when these fires start, we are 24/7 nonstop. Yeah, the initial crews that were there are probably going to work for at least 36 hours before they get any relief.
Wow.
There are crews coming in from all over the state, a lot of resources down in Southern California. We sent from San Mateo County 10 engines immediately as soon as we were notified, approximately 3:30 p.m. So as soon as they arrive, they'll go right to work, probably engaged in structure protection.
All right, Chief, good to talk to you, and glad to hear that they're getting more help, because at this point looks like they definitely need it, and hopefully they get this under control quickly. We appreciate your time and your perspective.
Thank you for having me.